Check out mymoney.net. This is a super useful Windows app that helps you manage your personal finances. As you can see, it is all open source, which means the code is available right here on GitHub. It's super easy to install. Click Once Installer or an MSIX installer. You can even use Winget, like this. Boom, that's it. Go to your Start menu. There it is. And load it up. So here it has launched with an empty database. And there's a helpful menu item here that can add sample data to your database. This will assume a certain paycheck, weekly paycheck, bi-weekly, and an inflation rate, and it will create 10 years worth of data for us to play with. All right, here it is. That was quick. And you can see that each transaction has categories, amounts, and so forth. You can see a running balance on this bank account, and you can edit everything that you see here. This is all of the payees that it's seen so far. You can see an accounts tab over here where your accounts are organized by banking, credit, and investment accounts. You can look at all the categories that it knows about, which is actually hierarchical. You can slice and dice and look at all grocery transactions and the history of spending on groceries. Notice that inflation rate shows up here. And you can also look at things by payee. Similar thing. Now it's a history of payments to that particular payee. You can right click and go to the account that belongs to. You can look at this and look at that by category. So now it's Puget Sound. So jumping around your data is really quick and easy. The program comes with various built-in reports. You can look at the net worth of all of these accounts. You can look at the investment portfolio in more detail, which goes down to each stock that's held. You can look at the actual transactions on those. You can then jump from there right into the transaction view. And there's also information about income taxes, because certain categories of spending can have associated income tax categories as well, and that can even be exported to TurboTax. The program has some built-in online capabilities as well. For example, all of the securities associated with these accounts, like actual stocks held and so forth, you can download an update to the value of those securities. So it's going and fetching from various online trading sites what the current prices are for those stock quotes. That's done automatically. You can configure that using these two different possible stock service accounts. And you can download transactions from banks and credit cards that support the RFX banking standard. The built-in banks that are supported are listed here, and I have a test bank here called Last Chance Bank of Hope. This is just a little test server just to show you how it works. What you do is you type in your bank's login credentials, assuming you've activated online banking. It will connect to that bank. It will show you the accounts that are available. You can then add any accounts that are not there yet. It'll pull in the details from that, and it will then fetch those transactions automatically. So if I go to this new account, I can synchronize it. It will then connect to that bank and download the transactions. So this is how you can get transactions downloaded automatically into mymoney.net. You can also download QFX files from a website if your bank doesn't support QFX. This is the Quicken file format. You can actually associate that with the Money program and import transactions directly into your accounts that way. That happens when you associate mymoney.net with these file extensions. This view is showing the trend of balance of this account over time, so you can see how it goes up and down. You can even click on that and go to that transaction. This little search box is handy. You can search for matching transactions easily within that account, or you can search across all accounts using star, and you can do some fun things like joining words. And of course, you can secure your database by entering a password. This will encrypt the database so that you can store it in your OneDrive folder and it won't be easy to hack. The program does not support undo redo when you edit transactions, but it does store up all of your changes in memory until you hit the save button. This means if you do something that you don't want saved, just close the app without saving. But if you do save, now it's like a big transaction. Everything was committed to disk. This program actually loads the entire database into memory, which is why it's so fast. There's one more handy drill down. When you view by category, you will notice there's also an expenses pie chart, which you can drill down into the subcategories. So if you want to see all of the expenses on groceries and so on, you can do that. Editing the categories is also easy. You can rename them, or you can actually merge categories and just say, I want this to be one category. Now it has just gone ahead and done that. So a taxonomy like this is always more useful when it's super easy to manage. When you save this file, it is just saving to this database here. This is a single file database, and it's a SQLite database actually. What that means is you can actually have multiple money.net files on your machine. You could have one for your personal accounts, you could have one for work, you could have as many as you want. So that's it, a quick tour of mymoney.net. I hope you enjoy it.